Okay, this is Ashley's #1 pick.
This is my favorite.
Okay, tell us why.
It's the Oribe dry texture spray. I use it also as a dry shampoo.
Oh, and people love some dry shampoo.
I love dry shampoo. I live with dry shampoo. Dry texture spray, I use it instead of hairspray because it's not too strong of a hold.
Okay.
Especially with finer hair like mine. If you put too strong of a hold of hairspray on it, I feel like it's sticky. It looks matty on me. The dry texture spray, I feel like it's just more styling. It gives you a little bit more volume with the finer hair.
And kind of a 2-for-1, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
What's up, everybody? My name's Leda Fazal. I own Tone Hair Salon in Raleigh, North Carolina. And today I've got my beautiful guest here, Ashley. She's one of our hairstylists at Tone Hair Salon. And we're going to be reviewing products, going over extensions, kind of talking to the client and letting them know, when you come into the salon, what to expect and how to make your hair perfect. Like whatever your expectations are, we're going to make it happen. So today, tune in because this is going to be really important for clients listening. Top 5 products. We're going to talk about it. So these are products that we literally cannot live without it. And this is not sponsored, by the way. None of this is sponsored. But if you want to sponsor us, we are taking sponsors. Always. Wink. So what you got, Ashley?
So I have a couple.
Well, also, let's talk about Ashley. Ashley, how long have you been doing hair? And where are you working? And who's your best boss that you've ever had?
So I've been doing hair for around 12 years. Leda is an amazing boss. She has taught me many things, not only hair-wise, but more like business industry. She's been amazing. So we'll go on to the product.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, this is Ashley's #1 pick.
This is my favorite.
Okay, tell us why.
It's the Oribe dry texture spray. I use it also as a dry shampoo. And
and people love some dry shampoo.
I love dry shampoo. I live with dry shampoo.
Okay.
But a dry texture spray, I use it instead of hairspray because it's not too strong of a hold.
Okay.
Especially with finer hair like mine. If you put too strong of a hold of hairspray on it, I feel like it's sticky. It looks matty on me. And, it's the dry texture spray. I feel like it's just more styling. It gives you a little bit more volume with the finer hair.
And kind of a 2-for-1, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So you got dry shampoo plus kind of a little bit
more
of
texture. Yeah. Well, so, with the texture spray too, what you can do is you can spray it at the root a little bit and tease it just a tiny bit. And I feel like it gives you a little bit more lift as well. And it's not sticky.
Nice.
So I like that about it.
Okay. Let me go with mine.
Your turn.
Y'all, this stuff is like crack. Okay? This stuff, I know y'all seen it on TikTok. And by the way, I do have a TikTok shop. You can buy it there. Okay? These things are awesome. And you do not eat them. Do not eat these. These are just for putting it on your hair. And what you're going to do is you're going to open one up. And sometimes they're tough to open. So sometimes I do rip it with my mouth. And I do actually consume a little bit of it. But try not to do that. Twist it off. This is a great oil serum. Actually, you know what? I am going to go ahead and open one up for y'all. So enjoy this moment because I do need a little oil on my hair. Here we go. Twisting it. Okay, it's opened. We got a good shot of this, Solomon. Oh, baby. Okay, it is, I say it's very light because one capsule does enough for me. But if you have super fine hair, you might want to ease up on it a little bit. So I'm going to rub it together and we're going to just kind of put it on my ends a little, okay? When you got extensions, you have to oil these babies up and give them some love. So that's what we're doing. But it gives great shine, smells delicious. And here's one of my favorite perks about this product is that you can't overuse it. It comes in capsules. So you can't over
It smells good too.
right?
I can smell it from here.
So good. So this is definitely one of my favorite products on the market right now, and mostly because it's controlled. You use one capsule. That's all
That's
you
a good
need.
idea.
Right?
Yeah, I like that.
Because if this was like in a jar, I'd be like pump, pump, pump,
Yeah.
pump, pump, using way too much.
Yeah, and then you wipe off all the extra on a towel.
Right.
I've done that a few.
Speaking of towels, so many towels.
You just rub it in on your hands, your legs.
I mean, you have
Look a little ashy.
your eggs, a little something, something. Thank you so much. Our amazing videographer right there. Okay, what's next?
Okay. I brought the Oribe Straightaway Smoothing Blowout Cream. I like this because I feel like it helps control frizz, and it has a blow dry protection, so a heat protection.
Can you show that to the camera?
The-
I love the bottle. I love the pinstripes.
Yes, I think
Something about it is just like sexy, strong, and elegant.
and the smell. The smell is what I always go for. But I feel like with the Oribe products, I have found the products I use, I feel like it actually does what it says it's supposed to do.
Mhm.
And that's why I really love this brand.
I mean, Oribe is a great brand, and a lot of people ask, like, okay, what's the difference between Pantene and Oribe, right? Because I've done sponsors for Pantene, and so many hairstylists have looked at me like I was freaking nuts. And I'm like, well, here's the difference. You're getting essentially a lot of the ingredients are the same. I'm an ingredient whore. I look at all the ingredients. But with Oribe products, they're much more concentrated. So you're only going to use a little bit at a time. And so it's more aggressive, it's more pocket friendly, because eventually, you are going to pay a lot more for the product, but you'll go through 5 bottles of Pantene before that's finished.
Yeah. No,
what I'm saying?
I agree. Yeah.
Okay. And you said that was for fine hair, thick hair, all hair?
I use it on almost every client, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, almost every client.
Okay.
I like it. I like the texture of it.
What about somebody that has like real fine,
Real
baby
fine.
fine, straight hair? Would you use it then?
If it's super, super fine, straight, if I do use it, it's not so much. It's mainly towards the ends. But if I do have a client that has super fine hair, it would be the weightless. Do you know what
Blow
I'm
dryer,
talking about?
the one in the blue bottle?
Yes, the weightless,
featherless, something?
Yes.
Okay.
I use that.
Okay.
I use that one on them. But most of my clients, they don't. I only have a few clients that have super fine hair. So most of them, I use this one.
Okay. Yeah. All right. My the fourth product on the top products, this stuff right here. This stuff is insanity. If you have curly hair, this is what you want to use. And this is all you use, because sometimes with curly hair, you put too much, you messed it up. It ain't going to sit right. But this is like a new product that kind of is just making its way into the hair industry, I believe. I still don't know how to say it.
What is it?
The Dove?
Ducks?
The Dove?
It's too fancy. It's too fancy for me.
But it is like, I don't know. It's giving like, did you ever remember Deb products?
Yeah.
Like it's giving old school product.
The package.
Yeah, the package.
Yeah.
But it's actually
really
amazing.
Nice. I've never used it personally, but I've seen Kaylin use it quite a bit. And the curls, they're amazing.
I've used it on my own hair for curls. Holy, I can't replicate it. I mean, it detangles, it conditions, it defines, and it shines in one step.
Wow.
It's legit.
Yeah.
And they have a whole product line. This one's just the mousse stuff. I don't know. They have others, but this one's the texture foam, and it's pretty awesome.
And the smell, it smells really good too.
All the products smell so good.
I know.
All of them. Okay, what is a fifth product between me and you? Hands down, must be used on everybody. I already thought of one. Has to be used on every single client.
I do like, can I pick two?
Sure.
Okay.
We'll put a bonus one in.
Okay.
So this is top 5 plus a bonus.
I do like a nice detangling.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Yep.
I like a nice detangling product, but also the blow dry cream.
Mhm.
I don't necessarily like the spray, but the cream, I use that quite a bit.
Which color is that?
It's the
This is
it's
Oribe,
the
by
black
the way.
and gold Oribe, like mousse looking bottle.
Okay.
I like that one.
Okay. All right.
But the detangling is probably, what everybody uses
Right.
on every client.
So, and that could be in any brand. But
Yes.
for right now, for Oribe's sake, we're talking about the primer, I believe.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
A detangler is something that you should definitely have in your bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
You should have shampoo, conditioner, detangler.
Yes.
At the very least, you should have those things.
Yep. I agree.
All right, cool. So that was our top 5 products that we enjoy using in the salon and at home, and, ranges from Oribe to TikTok shop products. And now you guys know the difference between a high-end product is going to have more concentrated ingredients versus a cheaper product. Still going to do the same thing, but you might go through it more. Okay? All right. Okay. That is the top 5 products. All right. Let's go into top 5 hair myths. I'm going to start off with this one, okay? Because I cannot hold my mouth on this one anymore because it drives me crazy. If your hair grows faster if you shave it, like you shave your legs or you shave your mustache, and people say it'll just make your hair grow thicker and faster, then why don't people just shave their heads if their hair is thin?
That's a huge myth.
Right?
Yes. I would never even want to shave my head to even figure that myth out.
But it is a myth, and people say it all the time. Now, we'll say this. Growing up, Middle Eastern, it was part of our family where when you turned 2, we shaved your heads. So it didn't matter if you were a boy or girl, you got your head shaved. And I will say this, we all have thick hair. So I don't know. Maybe there is something to it. But
You shaved your head?
when I was 2,
Oh my gosh.
I wasn't given a choice. They just shaved it. But I have thick hair. So
You
I
do
can't
have thick
complain.
hair.
Okay, so that's a hair myth.
So another myth, I feel like, there's some clients that they're like, oh, I've heard that the more you brush your hair, the more it grows. And I'm like, no, I don't feel like that's.
You know what I think that's a play on? Scalp massage.
Yeah, no. I mean,
Because you're
I can see that.
brushing, you're stimulating.
Stimulating the scalp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can
can
believe
see
that. I can go for that.
see that. If
Yeah.
it's on the scalp. Yeah.
If it's on this, if you're just brushing here mid shaft to ends, then it's probably not doing
nothing.
shit.
No, it's not doing
But if you're brushing around your scalp, which I did learn from the scalp massage therapist that was on last episode, she told us that you have to like really massage to get that blood flow going.
Yeah.
And why people have hair loss is because the blood isn't flowing
In that area.
in this area. So that's why scalp
shit.
massage is really important. So if you're
It
gonna,
is.
if you want to do that brush technique, then I would get one of those like flat, no handle
Like the
brushes,
shampoo brush.
the shampoo brush, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And do this little jam right here.
Or have you ever seen one of those head massage?
Yes.
You had one, right?
Sam had one.
Yeah.
That thing was
Feels
nice.
amazing.
It does
Feels
feel
so
amazing.
good.
So maybe get one of those.
Yeah.
Stimulating your scalp is going to cause hair growth.
Yeah.
Brushing, I think, is just an aftermath of what that was. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it was supposed to be massaging your scalp, got down to just brushing your hair.
Just the hair, not the scalp.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. What's another hair myth? Okay. This is a hair myth that clients think is a hair myth, but it's actually not. Cutting your hair every 3 to 4 months. Okay, so here's what's happening. And I described this from my old boss from 20 years ago told me this, and it's something I'll never forget. So think about it. If you're wearing like a pair of hose, like stockings, and if you know how you get a run in the hose, and if you don't stop it, it'll just keep running all the way down. So it's the same thing with your hair. If you have split ends after 3 to 4 months, if you don't get those trimmed off, what's going to happen is that hair is going to split all the way to the top. And that's why you have people that are like, I haven't cut my hair in 3 to 4 years, and their hair looks like straggly
see-through ends. Yes.
And that's why. What do you think?
I agree with that. I do agree with that. I don't feel like you have to get your hair cut every 4 weeks, but yes, every so often.
If you're at 4 weeks, that hairstyle is taking you for your money. That is for sure.
Yeah, you don't have to get it every 4 weeks, but yes, every 3-ish months.
Yeah,
you think? Yeah,
12 to 14 to 18 weeks. Is a reasonable, and when you go in, you ask for a dusting. Don't ask for a haircut because you're going to cut off what you just grew out. So you're going to ask for a dusting. Now, get this straight. A dusting, a trim, and a haircut are all the same price.
Yep.
Don't get it twisted. Please, for the love of God. Because when you go to the nail salon, well, I would compare this, but actually it might not be true. When you are like, I don't know, if I want my nails a certain length, it is more.
Is it?
Allegedly.
Oh.
I don't know. But if I'm just getting a fill and I'm cutting a little bit, they ain't going to give me a deal.
No.
No. So the thing is, you're still getting your hair washed. You're still getting it detangled. You're still getting the cut. You're still getting the blow dry. Everything time-wise is the freaking same. Yes. So the price is the same. So these people that are coming in like, I just want a dusting. What? I didn't understand why it's this much. Well, you're getting everything else. You're getting the wash, the style, the cut, the expertise. So yeah, it's the same price.
Yeah.
Period. It's a huge fight in the hair industry.
Yes.
It's something that I don't think like people still don't wrap their head around. It's like we still get phone calls about it. Hey, how much is I just need a trim. It's like, girl, it don't matter. You're getting a trim, you're getting a haircut. It's the same damn thing.
Yes, because you're getting the luxury service with it.
Yeah, it's not cutting down my time, my friend.
No.
I don't give a crap.
The same time.
You cut this much, you cut this much. It's the same.
Yes.
Okay, I think we solved that problem. Okay, how many myths are we at?
3.
Okay. Sun in. Let's talk about sun in.
Lord.
Okay. We're going to wrap this up with sun in because that has been my nemesis for over 20 years. Sun in is a product that you can buy at the grocery store. They have them at the beach stores. It's hydrogen peroxide. Okay. You're going to spray it in your hair. You can go sit outside in the sun. You can blow dry your hair. And yes, you'll get some sort of highlight. If you're brunette, it will be ugly as shit. And it'll be orangey red. If you're blonde like Ashley, it actually might work out for her. However, if you want to bleach it later, it can end up gummy as hell, okay? Because bleach, hair bleach, and sun-in do not mix together. The other thing, and I've seen it, Ashley, I had a client like you, long, blonde hair, brown roots, so darker than you. All she had ever done was sun-in.
What?
Yeah, all she had ever done was sun-in. And she actually was a client. She was living in Europe, saw my videos, and came to Tone.
Wow.
Okay. Her hair was so straggly and hard to brush through. It's super tangly. So this is not like, let's bash sun-in. I'm giving you the pros and cons. If you're already blonde and you want a little bit of sun-kissed highlights, do it, but do it once. You keep doing sun-in, your hair will be extremely tangly. It will be dry as fuck, and you don't know why. And there's nothing that can help you at that point, okay? Because it's basically like putting bleach in your hair constantly. And then if a stylist doesn't know that you have sun-in in your hair, which, by the way, doesn't just come out, it grows out. So whatever you did ain't leaving until it's completely off your head. So if you had done something 2 years ago and you have it on your ends still, and a hairstylist goes in and bleaches your hair, odds are the ends will melt and you're going to be pissed at the hairstylist, which that's not fair.
No, it's not fair.
That's not fair.
Yeah. Especially if hairstylist isn't told.
Right. Yeah. And the thing is, and I will say this to protect the client, it's not the client's fault. It's never the client's fault. And I respect it and I honor that. It's the hairstylist's fault if they don't play detective and do the research and figure out what happened. Because I can tell you right now, looking at a client, I can see sun-in from a mile away. I can see it. Even though it didn't do anything to their hair, I can feel it.
I can feel like box color or perm, you know, I can feel it in their hair.
And that's where it's the responsibility of the stylist, because I honestly and truly, wholeheartedly do not believe that clients are lying.
No, they just don't know.
They just don't know.
They just don't know.
They don't know, and I don't blame them, because before we went to hair school, we didn't know either.
Well, we would think like, oh, it's been a year, like,
yeah,
feel like it's out.
Yeah,
no, it's not. It's still there.
It stays. All right, what other myth we got? I don't know if this is like a myth. Okay, actually, it kind of is. It kind of this like tweeters between things. I put out a post actually about a sun-in test strand, right? And then I put bleach on the hair and I let it sit for an hour. It's a test strand sitting for an hour. The comments that I got was like, oh my God, you never let bleach sit for over an hour. And I'm like, honey, what are you talking about? Like, let's say somebody comes in and we do a foil on them. Your first foil, by the time you're done, is almost an hour.
Almost an hour. Yes.
So these people that are coming at me with, oh my God, you're an idiot. Like, why would you put this on for longer than an hour? First off, if you've ever gotten your hair highlighted, odds are that first foil has been sitting for almost an hour.
Yeah.
Second, and Ashley, I don't think you believe in putting heat on clients to bump them up.
No, I barely ever.
We don't do that at Tone Hair Salon, because that's like throwing something in the oven at a high temperature to get it to cook faster, right? Yeah. So we believe in low and slow. So we use low volume, and like I had my highlights sitting for almost 2 hours personally. Yeah, my own,
but it's a low volume, so it can sit for longer
and no heat.
Yes,
so it should sit longer.
Yes.
So, and I think that's also leads me into the fact of hair color does stop lifting at 45 minutes. Bleach, hair bleach will keep going for a couple days if you let it sit.
Yeah.
It'll keep going. There is no stop on bleach. So I want that myth to be gone. Y'all, hair color lasts 45 minutes and then it stops working. Hair bleach can last days. days. I've done experiments. Go to my TikTok page. I have experiments where I've let it sit for 3 freaking days.
And it's
I've gone back to the bleach. Like I had it already mixed up, let it sit for 3 days, and then used it. And that shit
Still
lifted the
works?
hair. Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
So it's still working. Yeah.
Still works. Okay. So that is our top hair myths that we wanted to bust out real quick. Okay. Let's talk about the difference between keratin bonds, tape-in extensions, and sew-in extensions. Have you ever had any of them?
I've only had the sew-in.
Okay, good.
So yeah, the Swan method was my first ever extension.
Well, I've had them all.
Yeah.
I've had them all. I went to a hair show and I got the keratin bonds put in my hair and they looked and felt like shoelaces. And by the time they had all fallen out, all of my hair had fallen out because they were so little and wrapped around such a tiny bit of hair that when it ripped out, my hair ripped out.
Yeah, because it costs so much just pulling.
I do not suggest those for anybody. You heard it here right now. I do not suggest keratin bonds for anybody. Tape-ins to me, have you ever done the tape-ins?
I've done tape-ins and I've done them on a couple of clients, but I don't like them because just personally, I don't like the stickiness. I don't like to feel it. I don't like to feel the stickiness. That's, that's the only experience I've ever had with them.
Tape-ins to me is if you can't do a sew-in. And I'm sorry, I'm going to be very blunt. If you can't do a sew-in, then you're doing tape-ins. And tape-ins are horrific. They're sticky.
Yeah, it's messy.
They're messy. When you take them out, there's still glue residue. I don't care what you do. I did tape-ins for 10 years. I'm not new to the industry of hair extensions. They suck. They suck hard. Now
it's like no matter how much, remover, like glue remover you put on it, there's still some of that residue on the hair. And if you have to color it, you have to color over, it's just still there.
And you don't take the color at the top.
No.
Like the tape-ins do not take color at the top. And I don't care who you are. I know y'all have seen it. The wind is blowing and you see some bitch walking down the street with the fucking tape-ins and you see it. You freaking see it. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. I know it. Okay. So tape-ins, keratin bonds, sew-ins. Sew-ins are great if you're doing the right method, which I do offer. It's called the Swan method. It is available online. And it's like no other that you've ever seen. So not only is it hidden bead, it's also hidden sew-in. Like you will never see the freaking thread. And there's a lot of sew-ins. Oh God, Ashley, I've been kicked out of the Facebook groups, so I can't comment anymore.
I've seen so many pictures. But just my personal, opinion, like, with the Swan method, I can still wear my hair up fully. I wear a messy bun, a high ponytail at that. And also I wear my hair a lot, half up, half down. And you can't see it.
Nope.
You can't see it at all.
And I'm going to show y'all. I can maybe, I don't know if this is a good view, Solomon.
Yeah, good.
I don't know how that looks.
Yeah, I can see it.
So I've got 2 rows. And I can't control what you're seeing right now, but this is, I think we're going on 10 weeks now. And they're perfect as they were put in. I can pick my hair up.
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want. Nothing. You can't see.
You can't see anything.
Nothing.
And it's not only the method is good, but the hair.
The hair
is nice. I mean, you were in a convertible just now. You can't tell.
Nope. And that's the thing about hair extensions is that personally, I've had people come into the salon asking if I would install their, I'm not going to name names, their cheap hair. And I said, no, because I know that hair is not going to last more than 3 months. So I don't want to be responsible for putting in that hair that has been processed, The cuticle has been stripped out. And I know for a fact that in about 3 to 4 months, it's gone.
Well, the weft is thick as shit. Like, it's so hard to even hide because it's so thick at the root area. It's bulky and heavy at that. So, yeah. The hair that you invested in is it is top
because
notch.
a lot of what they bring in is machine tied.
Yeah.
And machine tied is
so
bulky
thick.
and
Yeah.
But the ends are thin. Like the ends are thin and on a lot of these. Again, I'm not going to name names, but the big ones that start with a B and end in Illamy or Anna, Wella, read between the lines, bitches, and Wabe. I've just I've subliminally said 3 brands that all produce crap hair. Okay.
And it tangles.
It tangles. It's so bad. But if you sign up for the Swan Method, you do get access to my luxury hair extensions at, get this, wholesale price. Also, we are coming out with something. It is in the works. We are going to start giving potentially the vendor list, which I don't know about yet. It is still in the works, but that would give you guys full access to buying the hair at cost. So
that's a huge help.
Oh, it's huge.
That's huge.
Oh, that's huge. So not only will you learn my method, but you'll also have access to my freaking supplier.
It's mind blowing.
Mind blown. Mind
blown.
blood. Like this is it's hard. This is the first time I've even been talking about it. So this is huge.
No, are you sure you want to?
I don't know.
Hold that close to your heart.
I know. A lot of me does because that's what every other brand does.
Yeah.
They hold the hair.
But why be like every other brand?
Exactly. I'm not. My goal is to give you the best way to install hair extensions, but also make you money.
Yeah.
And the money is in the hair. For sure. Okay, period. Next. Okay, this is going to be good. Let's talk about the difference between hand-tied and the goddess weft. Okay, I've got them right here.
You might need scissors for the other one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'll be all right. All right. This is your hand-tied hair extension. Okay. What you need to know is the difference is that hand-tied hair extensions are going to have a mustache. You see this? This is a mustache. In order to make a hand-tied, you have to have the mustache. So nothing kills me more than seeing a freaking machine-tied hair extension with a mustache because it don't make no damn sense.
I hate that thing.
I think we all hate the mustache.
I hate the mustache.
But why would they put a mustache on when they don't need it? Is my question. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen machine tied or even not machine, just like what I'm going to show you next, goddess weft. If it's, you don't have to have it. No. The only reason there's a machine tied mustache is because you have to have the mustache to actually hand tie and make this weft. Was that understood by everybody? Do you understand that?
I understand it. Yes. Okay. But I try to trim those little fuckers as much as possible. Yeah. It's hard though. You can't.
It is. Yeah. It is really, really hard.
So hard.
But again, it is why it is so thin. Like, they're beautiful to sew in. Okay, buddy?
way over there. You get all chopped up.
Need another Truly, bud? Okay. But listen, this is why a hand tied is beautiful to sew in with, because it is so freaking thin. But I am going to show you what the Goddess Weft looks like so that you might actually be like, you know what? I'll take it a little bit thicker to get rid of that mustache. Also, when you have a hand tied extension, you cannot cut them. If you cut them, it will unravel. So you're going to have to fold them or cut them and glue them or knot them. But if you just cut them, you're screwed.
Remember all the glues that we tried out?
Yeah.
We tried out like 10 different glues.
I do not miss using those actually.
No.
I mean, they're nice to use, but like, is it worth it when you can have something like
that mustache gets tangled?
Mm-hmm. And it's itchy.
It is itchy.
Like, it's itchy for clients.
Yeah.
Salman, do you happen to have a scissors? Oh, this hair feels so good.
I can't wait to get my hair back in. One day.
Look at me with brown hair again.
Oh my gosh. You look so weird now. I'm so used to you with blonde hair. It's so long and black.
It's like 2 personalities. Thank you.
Like Billie Eilish.
These are the worst scissors ever. Okay. So check this out. This is the Goddess Weft, which is available on my website, swanmethodhairextensions.com. You can only buy it if you are a student. So I'm not giving this away to everybody. This is only for students, okay? So I'm going to show you this, and y'all might be mind blown because this is just as beautifully thin. Oh my God, it's such beautiful hair. I hate doing that. Ooh, okay. Look at how thin this is, and no mustache at all. And you can cut them. I mean, to me, that's a no-brainer. Let's see the...
Yeah, you can personalize to everybody's head shape.
Look at this. Hand-tied versus Goddess Weft. You guys.
There's
barely
any
a difference between these two. And I'm glad you brought the brown, actually.
No, I think it's, I think just to show, you can show on top a little bit. Like,
I mean, hand-tied, you cannot cut, and you have the mustache. Goddess, barely bigger, absolutely no mustache, and you can customize.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a no-brainer. But is. I mean, I do have people buy the hand-tied because that's what they're used to and that's what they want. But in the end, look at that. I mean,
yeah. And I feel like there's a little bit more hair. Like the mustache makes it look like there's more hair on the hand tied, but I feel like there's more hair on the Goddess Weft.
And as there should be, because I mean, all of it's going root to end.
Yeah.
But all of my extensions are volume wefts. So, you know, I have clients that we just do one row and we just do 2 or 3 wefts.
Yeah.
And it fills in so much. And I've seen it with other brands, the ones I named earlier, that you could put 8 wefts and still didn't make a difference because the ends are so straggly.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. So there's the difference. And remember, if you want to buy this luxury, freaking amazing hair that I searched the freaking world for,
you did.
I did.
For
she
what,
knows
a whole year or 2.
Oh, she knows. She knows all the bad hair that I got, the money I wasted. It was a lot.
It's a headache.
Okay? It's a headache, and I got it. And I'm going to give it to you. So it is only for Swan Method students. So sign up, because right now the class is extremely affordable.
It's super cheap.
And it's online. Do it at your own pace. Plus, once you sign up, you get my number. You contact me anytime. And you know why I say that, though? Because they don't need to.
Yeah.
Literally, as soon as they sign up, as soon as they take the course, every text I get is like, mind blown. Holy shit. I had a student just send me the other day a picture of her work. 10 weeks. And her shit looked perfect.
Nice.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Like, are you kidding me? You can't do that with any extension method.
No, not
You
that.
know damn well
Not
those
that
sides are
short a
coming
time.
apart. Something's loose. They have to come back in. The Swan method is not like that. I'm
Mhm.
telling y'all. I'm giving it all to you at a very reasonable price, especially with all
It's
the work I
super
did.
reasonable compared to the others.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the others are what, 6,000?
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like a Nigerian prince trying to give you money over line. I'm like, I'm gonna
You're really
like,
just trying to help.
I'm really just trying to help.
You're really just such a kind-hearted person.
For real though. Like I created this method. It's unbelievable. It'll blow your mind. It may look like other popular methods, but it's not like that.
No.
And it's in one step. Like,
Yeah.
I'm literally giving you gold at a reasonable price.
For real.
All you have to do is try it. I haven't had, knock on wood, I haven't had not one student upset. Not one. Not one. Not one has come up to me and like, this was a scam. This was worthless. They're all like, damn. Like,
Amazed.
I can't tell everything I want to in social media. I can't tell you how I'm doing
No,
it.
you can't, because you don't want to give away everything.
I can't give it
No,
away. I
that's
can't.
silly.
So you'll never see me sewing, because part of that is the magic
That's
like-
that's you paying for the class.
at an awesome rate.
Yeah.
Okay, the perfect consultation for clients when they're coming in. And I'm going to talk about this a little bit too, because I had a client today that is like literally in my head on how she failed the perfect consultation. As a hairstylist, we can do as much as we possibly can, but we cannot decide in the end what color you should go.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your biggest tip for a client watching that wants to come in, wants to get their hair done, wants it to be done perfectly?
So I think every stylist is different, but I learn I learn differently. So for me, I like to have a few different pictures of what they like, and I want them to tell me what they like about each picture,
Mm-hmm.
because then you can kind of customize it yourself. It's not going to look like the same picture that you picked out, because that's hard to replicate. But to get close to it, yes. I mean, you can do that if you pick out the right pictures and you have the right consultation with your client. I think that is very important to have, a little visual perspective.
So pictures.
Yeah, pictures.
Bring in pictures. We love pictures. There's like this funny, like, I don't know if it was a meme or just a myth, actually, that stylists are offended if you bring in pictures. Like, I want to know what stylist that was that created that rumor.
No, I will never be offended, because when somebody comes in for a consultation, they don't have any pictures. They're like, I don't really know. What do you think? I'm like, no, I want you to look on Pinterest or Google or something,
Mhm.
and you need to pick out some pictures.
Yeah.
Because that's how I like to see things.
Yeah.
And I think most stylists do. That's just how they learn.
Right.
But yes, pictures, yeah, we love them.
So my client came in today and she was like, well, I'm waiting for you to just tell me what to do. And I said, I respect that, but do you have a clue of what you want to do? Because she went from gray blending to going back dark to going blonde. She was all over the damn place. So I had to bring in another stylist to be like, can you come on in for a second opinion? And I'll do that in a heartbeat,
Mhm.
because I truly believe a second opinion is always great too.
Yeah.
Mostly to be like, am I crazy or is she crazy? You know what I mean? Like, which one's crazy? Because
And same, he will tell you.
Is it me or is it her? Because I do a thorough ass consult. I will do a thorough consultation. But this girl didn't know anything. And I was like, she was like, well, I really want you to just, tell me what will look good. I'm like, I did tell you what will look good. I thought highlights and blending your gray is the best option. But she wants to go dark. And I said, okay, well, I'm not the stylist that's just going to do something. Okay. I'm not. And also, by the way, like, I'm going to have a contract and we're going to sign that and you're going to make sure that this is what you want. I don't play those games. So if you're a client looking to go to a new salon, I don't know how to say this not nicely. Don't play games, because there are some people, and I feel like that was the vibe today, that she wanted to play games. She wanted me to fuck up her hair.
Just to leave a bad review
or at least say something negative. And maybe that's all in my head. And maybe that's the cost.
I feel like there are some people like that. There are really some people like that.
Yeah. So you're not going to do it to me. And I hope you don't do it to other stylists, because in the end, you have a person spending time on your hair. It's hard to get that one-on-one anything with anybody.
Yeah. Not only time, but it's still money. People don't understand the money that the cost of the products. I mean, that's still a lot of time and money.
Yeah.
So,
and I think another thing for the clients is to understand, like, I get my nails filled, which they are looking very grown out right now. But when I get them filled and decorated, I'm paying almost $100 for an hour and a half, right?
Yeah.
So you got to think about, like, a hairstylist is spending 5 to 6 hours sometimes on your hair. Think about it. Think about how much that would cost if you were in a nail salon, per se. You know what I'm saying? It's still the same kind of hourly rate. So the people that still think that haircuts and colors should be $150, I'm sorry, but it does depend on where you live. Yeah. But if you're in the same area where they're doing your nails for almost $100, then you're going to guarantee your hair is going to be a whole lot more.
It's a lot more.
I mean, I've had people book appointments with me knowing that I'm the owner of the salon, knowing that I've been doing hair for over 20 years, knowing the transformations that I did. And in the end, sit in my chair and say I have a $300 budget. And I'm like,
do you just want a haircut?
Yeah. So that'll pay for your haircut. Okay, great. No offense, but that's the truth of the matter. I mean, you knew who you were going to.
Yeah.
You knew that. Anyways, this isn't client bashing. Sorry. Trying not to make it to be. Okay. So then let's go on to the last subject. Summer hair tips.
Summer hair tips. Well, I will say with extensions, I don't have mine in right now, but with blondes hair extensions, aren't you supposed to put a certain sunscreen on them? I've heard to put a certain sunscreen on them.
I thought you shouldn't put sunscreen on them.
No, you shouldn't put it's a different type of sunscreen, I've heard, or I've seen on some of the extension articles or whatever. But there's a certain like product not to put in that some sunscreens have not to put in your hair. But then there's other sunscreens that are safe, like if you put it on your scalp or whatnot. I don't know.
Personally, I don't believe in any sunscreen, but that's just me.
I don't put sunscreen on.
I don't believe in it at all. But I think if you have a really white scalp, oh, hey, sexy, then you might want to put a little sunscreen on your scalp. But I don't think you should put any on your hair.
No. I think it was supposed to be just scalp.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you got it on,
really confused.
No, I think it was supposed to be just scalp.
Okay. Also, if you're going into the ocean, which remember Bree last year, the detangle that we did?
Yeah.
She went snorkeling.
That's right.
Her whole entire head was tangled up, and she didn't even have extensions. So
what do you put in? Just like a detangler?
Well, you should braid your hair first.
Yeah.
So you're going to braid your hair, and then you're going to get in the water. Or you could put it in a bun, like whatever you want to do, but make sure it's just not like flowing.
I think
everywhere.
braiding would be best.
Yes. So what Bree did was Bree had newly highlighted hair.
Oh, Lord.
She went on a boat, windy. Then she had goggles on. She went snorkeling. Shoot. Then she went back on the boat for more wind. And guess what she ended up with?
That's
nuts. Just a hot mess. It took us 8 hours to detangle her. All right. So
that's crazy. That's
your number one summer tip. Braid your hair before you get in the water. Also, hydrating your hair. And I noticed this actually myself last night because it was Memorial Day yesterday and my family was over. And Hayden and my mom both looked at me and said, "Your hair looks dry." And then, hold up, it gets better. My mom goes, "Well, Leda, maybe you should just shave it and start over."
What?
I said,
your mom
said that? And I was like, maybe these bitches are onto something.
What?
So then I conditioned my hair and I left a mask on it, a hydrating mask on my hair for 30 minutes. And I'll tell you what, my hair is so soft. It's so soft.
Your mom just wanted you to go back to your 2-year-old self.
My mom, I think, sometimes says shit just to piss me off. Okay. But the fact that it was looking dry, it was looking crispy.
Well, you were in the pool and...
No, this was...
Oh, you didn't go to the pool?
I mean, I was in the pool, but my hair was not in the pool.
Oh, okay.
So this was just like, I hadn't conditioned my hair in a while. And then I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to use one of these masks. And I did. And my hair feels so soft and feels so good. So definitely mask up. Mask up this summer. That's my biggest thing. Oil up. What about oiling your ends?
Oh, when I have extensions, I definitely put oil serum on them. Yeah, I do. Not every day, but every other day or every 3 days. I do. It just from mid shaft to ends. That's it. I never put it close to my scalp though.
All right. Another summer tip. I don't know if this is a tip or not, but a lot of people, I don't think they realize that the roots do get a little lighter being in the sun. So that there's pros and cons. The pros is if you're going in for highlights, it will probably lift better. But the cons are if you're wanting to stay dark, then you probably want to hide your roots. Wear a hat.
So put that hat on.
If you like your hair dark. What else? Anything else?
I don't really know too many.
Detangle. When you go to the beach, definitely bring a water bottle and a detangle spray. So whenever I get in the ocean, and I know that your hair is like a sponge. So when it was already wet with your braids, then it's already kind of been a barrier. But then over the day, that barrier goes away. So what I like to do is unbraid my hair, spray water, not sea salt water, like regular water, detangle spray, and then I braid it back up. So it's almost like reapplying sunscreen.
Yeah.
But for your hair.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. That's it. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining and appreciate you guys. Make sure that you are subscribed and stay tuned for more podcasts available on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify here and there.